extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But we are concerned about irresponsible, one-sided news stories
plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has
been extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on? All right, you know what time it is. You know what rhyme it is. I'm your great host, A6. We're live and direct, live in effect. It is a Monday. Yes, indeed. We are here on a different day than usual. But, you know, we are still here regardless. You know what I mean? It is cold outside here in Baltimore, Maryland. It is snowing. I think we got about like 2 inches of snow so far. It's supposed to be more. You saw with how hard New York got hit up north. Man, they got slammed with a blizzard. I think we got a little bit of the tail end of their blizzard because we got a little bit of snow down here. We haven't had like a real serious snow in Maryland in a long time, though, man. I think the last time we had a blizzard might have been like 2010 or something. But, you know, those things right there, they can get nasty out here, man. Who remembers the blizzard of 96? Yo, the blizzard of 96 was lit. I was in, what grade was I in? I think I might have been in like 6th grade, maybe. In the blizzard of 96. And it was like something stupid. It was like 3 feet of snow or something like that. Yo, we was out of school for like a week and a half. I'm like, yes, indeed. Man, we went outside. We went outside to play and stuff like that, but the snow was so high, there was only certain parts of the yard we could even play in because the snow was like taller than us for real. Or maybe not taller than us, but it was like some of the snow was piled up so high because that one of our neighbors, he had a construction company. So dude came through with the Bobcat and he was moving the snow off to the sides or whatever, you know, he's making a path so the cars could get down the road. But I remember the streets, the roads were like enough just for one car. It wasn't enough for 2 cars to go through. So you would have to literally like wait until somebody came all the way on the road to get out. But yo, these piles of snow were probably about like 8 feet high. I remember the sun wouldn't even touch the street because like it was the shadow was casted by the piles of snow. It was insane. But yeah, we haven't had a real big blizzard in a long time, man. But yeah, blizzards ain't really the business when you're older. They cool when you're young because it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? We ain't got to go to school. We can stay home and play Sega Genesis. You know, we can watch TV, whatever. We can talk to our friends, go outside and play with our friends and all that good stuff. But now it's like, God damn it. Got to get back and forth in the snow, man. Got to worry about these stupid ass traveling drivers, whatever. All these weird people out there making moves. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things. There's actually still pictures of the blizzard of '96 in Baltimore City online. There's still pictures of it. I saw a few of them not too long ago. Who we got in the chat? My man Civic Maker's in the chat. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What up, Truth? What's good? What's good? Yes, now or never, man. Start getting it together. So now or never. Signs are all there. We don't know what the plans are, but just be prepared. You know what I mean? It's always better to be prepared. What up, VP? What's good? 520. You must be in Cali. It's 520. It is cold. Yes, it is. What up, Immortal Aaron? What up? What up? Kami, what up? What it is? What it is? Jared, what's good? What's good? Yeah, I've done Mondays before, man, a few times. You might not have been here. Oh, yeah, they should already been hitting the like button, Mr. Master. They should have already been hitting the like button, man. I hate getting on them all the time about hitting the like button. But, you know, it is what it is. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We here on a Monday. Wise, what up? Nicole, what's good? What's good? Magic, what it is? Nicaragua. Okay. My man out there chilling. Okay, that's what it is. I got people's in Nicaragua. Salute to you, sir. What time is it in Nicaragua? That's a good question. What time is it in Nicaragua? Who remembers the blizzard of 78? Man, nah, I don't remember the blizzard of 78 because I wasn't even walking the earth. I don't remember the blizzard of 78, man. 2 years before I was born. The 96 blizzard, 2 years before you were born, or the 78 one. 96 blizzard here in VA. We were heating up food on the kerosene heater. Yo, telling you, that 96 blizzard wasn't no joke, man. If you remember, wasn't no joke. That snow was no joke. The snow got so bad, they were letting what were they let? They were letting homeless people in churches or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but they were letting homeless people in some kind of fixtures because I think the homeless shelters got overpopulated because it was so cold outside. You know what I mean? Some people died in their cars, unfortunately, because the snow, like when they were in their cars asleep, the snow had kept them in their cars for so long. Some people were going without like the nourishment or whatever. I think it was elderly people or something like that. But some people actually passing their whips. That was crazy. Yeah, that blizzard was no joke. It's 8 p.m. here. They don't switch times in the winter like US. They about to stop that pretty much too. They're about to stop the fall back 1 hour and spring forward 1 hour. That's supposed to be discontinued, I believe. What is it, this year? Somebody tell me about that. Somebody let me know. I think that's this year they're about to stop doing it. It's soon. I remember they were talking about it like 2 years ago. And it was like, yo, the farm. No, it was longer than that. It might have been about 4 years ago now. And they were saying, yo, the farmers. You know what I'm saying? I think it's all misdirection, man. The same thing they've been doing to us the whole entire time. We don't actually know what date it is officially because they've been lying about the date. We don't know what the time is. We don't know any of that. So the only thing you can do pretty much is look at what the sun has to say and how the sundial moves, you know. I don't know how to read a sundial. So for those of you who do, more power to you. But yeah, we have no idea. For all we know, it could be 2014 right or 2016 right now. We don't know. We have no idea. And I tell you what, though, the way 2020 shaped out to be, and the way the Mayan calendar was talking, 2020 was actually 2012. Because look, the end of an era. It was going to be a lot of chaos, a lot of panic. It was the end of an era. It was the end of the era of ignorance. You know what I'm saying? The era of ignorance, the veil was lifted, man. Our senses came through. We know who we are. We're starting to learn real history. You know what I'm saying? It's a situation where the lies they told us aren't working as well as they used to. We're starting to ask why more. You know, the psyops are starting to become more strong. You know, you can look at what happened in Miami. They starting to roll out blue beam, like, all right, look, this is our last ditch effort, you know, to see what's going on with these people. This year is supposed to, yeah, it was this year, right? That's what I thought it was. That's what I thought. I thought it was this year. What up, Anarchy? What's good? Other side, what up? What up? Yo, so we got 20 people in here, man. Y'all in here early. Damn, we usually don't get 20 people till a little bit later, but it's all good. We're gonna rock out. We're gonna rock out. All right. Let's make these moves, shall we? What we talking about today, man? Let's talk about some people that don't like to be talked about, and people get in trouble when they talk about these people. Let's talk about the juice, man. What's up with the juice? People been talking about the juice all week. It's people who've been here for a long time know what I'm talking about when I say the juice. But let's see what they doing, man. What they up to? Man, trouble in paradise. God damn. Hey, man. Listen, bruh. These individuals get away with so they've been fighting for their life all week. I was on a few Instagram posts, man. These people was fighting for their life, yo. It was like, you're being anti-juice, you know what I'm saying? The word they like to use. You're being anti-juice when you say that, blah, blah, blah. Like, yo, listen, all right. It is what it is. We're looking at what happened. You had a freaking tunnel underneath one of those synagogue joints that y'all be in, whatever it's called. You had a giant tunnel under there. A bunch of you went to jail, and all of this mysteriously happened after the Epstein documents got released to the public. All right. Now, to be honest, if it was a situation, if these were directly correlated to those documents, the FBI may have came and got them a while ago, years ago. You know what I'm saying? Because they saw these documents a long time ago. These documents ain't new to these people. You know what I'm saying? However, they've been fighting for their life. Yo, they be in the chat. Yo, this one guy, I can't even say what he posted because, you know, the tube will pull me off this video off if I say something along that nature. But I'm going to just say there's a comedian who basically shed some light on exactly what I just said, yo. These mofos was getting away with a whole lot for decades, man. Decades, just because they had friends in high places. You know what I'm saying? Family in high places type of deal. But that time is done, man. That era is done. That era is history, man. It's time for this. Listen, wagons are circling back around. You know? Let me go back to these comments. You mean the ones that claim that they're in charge, the ones that you cannot criticize and talk about? Yep, those guys. I like the infected mushroom guys. 2 dudes from Israel. Okay. Somebody says smuggling gold, silver, diamonds, or something else. I can't say that word because you know, YouTube is weird like that. But yeah, I would say I don't even think it's gold and silver, bro. Listen, man. I don't think it's gold and silver, bro. I think it's something more lucrative than that. You know what I'm saying? The last one you typed is what I think it probably was. You know what I'm saying? Listen, people always ask about the black market and all that stuff. You know, and you know, I'm trying to word this appropriately. Okay. Mankind apparatuses. There we go. Mankind apparatuses. We'll say it that way. Mankind apparatuses. You know what I'm saying? There's a huge market for that stuff in the black market. There's a old legend, urban legend that people here in Baltimore, I think some other states too, you know, the indigenous Americans basically said, yo, never put organ donor on your license card because if you put organ donor on your license card, you might be targeted. They might come and get you if something is needed that you have. You know what I'm saying? They might come and get you, or if something happens to you, they might be less inclined to help you out. I don't know. Listen, I'm not going to say what that something is. Something may happen and they might be less inclined to do something because of a certain circumstance. You know what I'm saying? So I got to be careful how I word this. But yeah, there's a big thing about that, man. It was like, yo, don't never put that on your license because you're basically contracting your your personal stuff away type deal. So yeah, who knows though, man? Listen, there's a system to all of this shit. 100%. Trying to block the tunnels. I wonder why. Oh, you know why they're trying to block them tunnels. That's why them 5 guys got arrested, because they was trying to block them tunnels off so nobody could get in them joints. You know what I mean? That's why 5 of them got arrested, and that one dude popped up out that sewer. What are you doing? Goddamn. Looking like a goddamn Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I'm sorry. There was a slip of the tongue, my bad. But nah, dude was wilding though. Dude was wilding. He was tripping. It is interesting they decided to concrete it in before they did an invest. Listen, bro. And who knows what those tunnels connect to? All right. Now, we already know there's underground tunnels that'll take you from California all the way to New York. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole underground system, cities and all of that stuff. There's whole underground system. They probably got a maglev train underneath. Bullet trains are probably old tech. They probably got electric maglev trains that run off of railgun technology, rail technology. You know what I'm saying? How they use the magnets to propel faster. Using the magnetic polarity. They probably got that underneath. You could probably get from New York to Cali in like less than 3 hours, probably. I would be willing to bet. And the only way you're actually getting in something like that is if you got top secret clearance. You probably need Area 51 clearance to get in that joint, or you might even need to be a diplomat or something of that nature. Have diplomatic immunity to be able to get down there. You're not getting down there unless you're on that list. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is, though. And those tunnels, and look, people like Area 51 got aliens. Area 51 probably ain't nothing but a hub. You know what I'm saying? Like a big ass hub, like a port, if you would. You know what I mean? Like a literal city underneath. Anybody who played that game Fallout Shelter, anybody play Fallout Shelter? It's a game that you can download for apps. And if you don't play those kind of games, you can actually literally just get online and see how it is. It's pretty much just levels. Like you just built levels, and it's like an underground, like a house. You got electric plant, a water plant, chemical plant, food plant. You got rooms, dorms, stations for people to work and stuff like that. You got all of that stuff. So they probably got something like way beyond that there. We looked at that one spot over there in Dubai where they had the big ass pool that looked like it was, it was thousands of feet deep or something, hundreds of feet deep or something like that. And you had to have a special diver's license to go deeper than the regular point. That building is built very similar to what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So they probably got something like that's probably the center hub and everything else underneath it. And we didn't build that shit. That shit was built by some other beings or something. We don't even have technology to build nothing like that. Stuff was there already, Ben Shapiro. Yeah, Ben Shapiro quiet, ain't he? Yeah, how convenient, man. How convenient. Wouldn't it suck if you lived in an apartment complex down there and come to find out they were digging a sinkhole? Yeah, right. How about that? What up, Mike? You know how many countries have kicked out the J word? A lot. Hey, man. Listen. Hey, I'm gonna have to do like a Patreon or something, because I can't even really scratch the surface of that, because I know a little bit about that topic, where history that they taught certain people that you're not supposed to be in favor of, or actually not as bad as people made them out to be. I don't know who those people could be. I'm just saying stuff, I don't know who those people are. Who knows who those people could be, but certain people might not be as bad as they let them out to be, or their mission might have been different than what the news media and what schools taught us. You know what I'm saying? Free speech while it lasts. I see the Constitution being revoked. Nah, that's just absurd. The Constitution can't get revoked. Here's why, yo. The Constitution, the original organic Constitution, they've already put out 2 subsequent constitutions after that. You know what I'm saying? The organic one they're pretending doesn't even exist because they don't want you to know about that shit. So to revoke that mofo would literally be them admitting that, you know what I'm saying, there is another constitution. You know, so I don't believe that at all. I think it's going to fall on us, the people, man. And I think we're on the right path, believe it or not. People just got to get more abreast of what's going on and learn how to use that pen properly. You know, the sword should only be a last resort. The sword should not be the first preferred object of choice. It should be, I believe it should be the pen first. Because a lot of sword use can be avoided, but the use of the pen correctly. He said it's a wrap. Forget who spoke on it, but they said, look at them tunnels. Some of them man-made, others aren't. I don't know, man. Them tunnels, a lot of them tunnels look like they aren't made by man to me, man. Why get a license to begin with? That's not the point. The point is there's underhanded, aside from taking away your rights. Well, that is another right, the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's another right being taken away from you, and you're not being fully disclosed on exactly what's happening. You know what I'm talking about? And I believe that can allow them, even if they don't tell you like full disclosure, you know what I'm saying? Just you being willingly, wantonly giving your body away or putting yourself in jeopardy like that, they might be able to avoid karmic debt for something like that. You know what I mean? You know, having something happen to you just so they can get one of your organs type deal when you contracted to it. Heard a story about a guy who called the cops because he lives on the ground floor and he can hear the J word underneath him. Damn, that's crazy. And some of the videos you can see bears and what is that? Balloons and match. Oh no, that's crazy. Word? Damn, yo. I mean, is anybody really surprised? Is anybody really, let's be honest, is anybody really surprised? We already seen what happened with the Catholic Church. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these religious institutions is undercover. Is anybody surprised? That's all I'm saying. Originally, a German-owned company was contracted to provide security for Area 51. I once asked about the contract and it was confirmed. Interesting. I actually have a Rumble. I just didn't never do nothing with it. I keep saying I'm gonna do it, bro. I really got to get on doing a Rumble. I'm more leaning towards Patreon though, man, for real, because you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to start doing something. I'm leaning towards Patreon though. Yo, A6, I need the Lost Ways PDF. I tried searching your email on what? On Google. What are you talking about, bro? I don't know what you're talking about on Google. But nah, you're gonna have to the Lost Ways PDF was shared in my group. You're gonna need to go in the Telegram group. You're gonna have to get it from there because somebody, I forgot who it was, somebody shared it in Telegram. You know, so you got to go in there and get it. You know, I put the link up there last time we was online for everybody to hop on. Or BitChute, you can say, well, yeah, BitChute too. You know, yeah, I'm gonna have to do that, man. Yep, there you go. The J communities are gauging themselves with private security heavily across the nation. Yeah, I know. I wonder why. Everybody's running. People building bunkers. People hiring security. You know, it's almost like they're expecting something to happen. You know, who knows? Maybe DNA will be unlocked and we'll get powers like Dragon Ball Z or something. Tell you what, if that happens, oh, they got a reason to build bunkers, and ain't no bunker going to be big enough. Ain't no bunker gonna be big enough for me to not Kamehameha their asses into the next dimension. Ain't no bunker big enough for that. Goddamn Big Bang the mofos to the next dimension for real. Final Flash. Get up out of here, man. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Since we're talking about underground tunnels, and this is why I said what I said. For those of you who aren't aware, you know, my old school dudes who've been here from day one, you already know what's up. But there's some people who are new to this channel that don't know what's going on. But let's take a look. By the way, this is fair use. Everything being shown right here is fair use.
Aqui pro bandido, OnlyFans, ela tem foto na minha cama, ela tem vídeo, Xexé da Patricinha. Aqui pro bandido, OnlyFans, ela tem foto na minha cama, ela tem vídeo, Xexé da Patricinha. Aqui pro bandido, OnlyFans, ela tem foto na minha cama, ela tem vídeo, Xexé da Patricinha. Aqui pro bandido, OnlyFans, ela tem foto na minha cama, ela tem vídeo, Xexé da Patricinha. Aqui pro bandido, OnlyFans, ela tem foto na minha cama, ela tem vídeo, Xexé da Patricinha. Aqui pro bandido, OnlyFans, ela tem foto na minha cama, ela tem vídeo, Xexé da Patricinha.
Yo, I'm not tripping or those look like ashes. That don't look like regular dirt. Those are kind of white. That looks like ashes of some sort. And a bunch of old artifacts in the ash. All right, so that's actually in Chicago. So yo, but there's actually whole YouTube channels where people explore tunnels and pathways underneath the land that we walk on. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Bass, what up, champ? What's good? I agree with the people outnumber them and they can't hide from all of us. Right? That's what they're afraid of. They're all fake putting up a front. Word. But yeah. So, you know, there's actually, again, there's YouTube channels. That was one under in Lincoln Park, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken. It was in Baltimore, down by Lincoln Park. There was actually a tunnel, and there's a giant entrance, and the tunnel was like, it was long as I don't know what, but there was like there, and for some reason these tunnels have electricity. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, why is it that the electricity above has to be quote unquote paid for, but the electricity, who the hell is paying for the electricity under the ground? You know what I'm saying? The lights always seem to work in these places, but that just goes, that's more questions. Who is actually paying for this electricity? You know what I mean? How does that work? Is the state paying for it? Obviously, it's got to be. You know? And it has to be a reason. If the state's paying for it, there's a reason for it. They're not going to just be shelling out the cheese for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So we got questions. To say the least, we got questions. All right. All right, let's talk about something else next. I got another one for you. Give me 1 sec. I'll find out what the hell I do with it. There it is. Here we go. All right, now I know a bunch of you guys seen this. I know a bunch of you guys have seen this. And some people sent me this and was like, yo, ask me my opinion. All right, let's just look at what's going on here first.
Oh, holy fucking shit, guys.
Let's look at that again.
Oh, holy fucking shit, guys.
All right. So for those of you who could see what was going on, I'm pretty sure that's everybody. There's a giant man with a cane of some sort. It looks like he might have had a robe or something like that on. And it looks like his body was huge. So the reflection, when the lightning flashed, was shining over the whole city. You know what I'm saying? Very interesting. Okay. Remember back in 2000 and man, what was this? It might have been 2013 or 12, where people were shooting camera footage and they were showing cities that looked like they were in the sky. Like you would see like a giant skyscrapers and a few other buildings or something like that that looked like they were above the clouds of sorts. They were kind of opaque, but you could see them there. You know what I mean? And then the news made up some dumbass excuse about chemicals in the sky and reflections off things. It was stupid. They tell people anything, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's basically what had happened, and they showed pictures of such. You know what I mean? Could we be looking at is this Project Bluebeam? What is this? What say you guys, man? I'm leaning towards Project Bluebeam because every time I turn around, it's another one. It's a whole nother one every time I turn around. The power goes out and the tunnel power stays on. Really? I'm not surprised by that. So it runs off emergency power, which obviously means there's something going on in those tunnels that is a mandatory, that those tunnels have to always work. You know what I'm saying? If you guys ever decide to go in those tunnels, which I'm not advising anybody to do such of anything like that, but if you do decide to go in those tunnels, please remember your Bill of Rights and remember what amendments are there to protect you. That's the best thing I'm gonna tell you. Well, I mean, you know, yeah. Yeah. That's why the band Linkin Park named themselves. They were telling you to take a closer look at the park. You think that's what it was? About DBZ powers. Bruce Lee was punching the electricity. Don't know how, but I believe the electricity would stay in him. And basically, he would get jolts of electric energy to make it his own power. I heard he was playing around with that before, because I actually watched a documentary about that. They were talking about he started to experiment because not only was he working with pressure points, and he was teaching Americans kung fu blended into Jeet Kune Do, but he was actually working on the what is it called? Dim Mak or something like that. I think it's called Dim Mak or Dim Mak, which is basically the touch of death or something like that. So dude was working on that, and then he started messing with the electric jolts. And I think what he was doing was he would punch, like he had some kind of electroshocker or something. He would punch it and jolt and get a jolt in his arm or something of that nature. You know what I'm saying? He was doing it with all his muscles, and he realized he was able to have more explosive movements from playing around with the electricity in small jolts because it would tense his muscles, and he was taking his muscles to another level of density or something of that nature. He had a whole science for it. You know what I'm saying? And mysteriously after that, he started to he went missing. Pretty much his soul went missing, we'll put it that way. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was very interesting. So, you know, who knows? Maybe dude discovered, you know, some way to do some type of stuff with electricity to make his body transcend regular withstanding of electromagnetic shock. Who knows, man? Who knows? But they definitely took that man out. There's a video on TikTok of that video, shows 3 or 4. It was 3 or 4 of them. I only saw one. I think that was Bluebeam, though, Jared. Honestly, man, I think that might have been Bluebeam. We ourselves have electricity in our bodies. That's fact. He's more than likely powered up from it, causing the electricity he has inside him to become greater. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, yo, he figured out some way to use the electricity to strengthen his body. Like, no amount of lifting you do will be able to equate, you know, muscles tensed and released by jolts of energy. You know what I mean? Like that. So that might have been what it was. There's a hologram technology that can be beamed from space. Imagine an alien invasion. That would be an ultimate red flag. I mean, yeah, Project Bluebeam. Yeah, we know about Project Bluebeam, bro. Yeah, we know about that. Not emergency power, the original power system. Look up the alternative information on World's Fair. Word. You got me about to write something down real quick. Hold on. What are we talking about? I didn't even realize that thing was still in play. I thought they hit it. Now I know they were using the pyramids to power cities, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't realize it was still in play. Could be though. I mean, shoot, that could very well be the case. I'm gonna check into it. Thank you. It's either Project Bluebeam or the Nephilim giants that are supposed to be released. Yeah, I think the Nephilim was here already though, man. Or some real shit. Like I think the Nephilim were already here. Chester, the lead singer, knew about the tunnels. Him and Chris Cornell or M.O. I can't say that word. They were spilling the beans, so they both. Damn. Word? That's crazy. Damn, I gotta look into it now. Hey, yo, you got to send me down a rabbit hole, Jared. Tesla was rediscovering that technology 100%. 100%. Yes, only us slaves are connected to the grid. Word. Interesting. But yeah, man, there's a whole lot going on there. You guys are dropping some bars in the chat. Whole lot going on, 100%. Yo, let's look at these cartoons that trying to warn us, though, man. Let's look at these cartoons that were trying to warn us all the time. Like, yo, remember, I had this conversation about this week. Does anybody remember Conan the Barbarian or Conan the Adventurer? He used to have an animation. It was a cartoon called Conan the Adventurer. And it used to come on, what was it, Fox 45 or something like that? We have out here in Maryland, we got Fox 45. So back in the day, they had this like a cartoon hour, you know, right before school. You could watch your cartoons. You know, I used to watch Barbie's World, Littlest Pet Shop, Conan the Adventurer. It was a few good ones. You know what I'm saying? And, yo, does anybody remember how Conan the Barbarian, he had what's called star metal, okay? And he had to fight Rathamon all the time. And Rathamon was a leader of the lizard or the reptilian warriors from another dimension. They were literally, they told you he was from another dimension. You know, he was a reptilian leader and all his minions were reptilian, but they had like human faces. But when you put star metal by their body, they would turn back into reptilians. You know what I'm saying? Yo, these cartoons were telling us a long time ago, you know, and it just makes me wonder what metal do you think could do something like that? It had to be a metal that's not able, you're not able to be that's not able to be discovered or obtained. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people will say, "Oh, look at the Dicenian glass." We talked about the Dicenian glass already, which is very interesting. And you can't get your hands on Dicenian glass. I'm pretty sure if you get some Dicenian glass, the CIA will be waiting for you at your house. Like you're not getting any Dicenian glass, or either that or one of those other shadow organizations. All right. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. All right, here we go. Oh no, it's not playing. Give me a sec. Let me see if I can get this thing working. Here we go. Yeah, it should work. Hold on. Let me get it back up. Fair use again. This is covered under fair use.
Begin its reign of terror.
That's crazy. Goofy movie.
Have to see New York. We could all go with the bus company's special super sitter fare. $9? This one's on me.
Let's hope Osama bin Laden doesn't know show tunes. God, I hope I get it. I hope I get. Wait and see!
No, you're stupid.
Well, you're stupider.
No, you're.
Time. We will now strike at the heart of American defense and destroy the Pentagon with one swift and deadly blow.
Ghostbusters to tower. We're coming in.
And I'm out of here.
All right. So they put you on point in multiple cartoons a long time ago. It's almost like they were prepping us for this, man. You know what I'm saying? I do believe some survived the flood, but did you hear about the U.S. military finding out what they claim to be the body of Gilgamesh? Nah, I ain't hear about that. Nah, I didn't hear about that. That's crazy. Yo, but if they found that, yo, how likely would they be to divulge that publicly? That's I gotta question that. You know what I mean? I gotta question that. Maybe Conan eventually that joke was fire, wasn't it? There's a newer Conan game. It's okay. What is it for PS4 or something? I'm only talking about 4. Listen, I do not want to buy. I'm going to have to eventually. I already know it. But I am really avoiding. I do not want to have to buy a PlayStation 5, yo. I don't want to spend that. I don't want to spend it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to. I know I'm going to have to eventually get on it so I can keep up with everything that's going on because I got to pay attention to everything. But dude, I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, kicking out, how much is it? $600 or something like that for a game system is just like, it's a lot of better things I can do with that, you know? Sky Ice? What are you talking about, bro? What is a cartoon with the guy that has the lightning type bow and arrow? Lightning type bow and arrow? No, I don't know, man. No idea. That's why you got to get the satellite phones. What are you talking about, man? On June 1st, 2001, simulation of cruise missiles attacking the United States was called Operation Almagran Virgo. Took place 102 days before September 11, 2001. And it's almost pick on it crazy. Word. All platforms. I'm skipping this gen. Oh no, I didn't. No, I ain't get it, man. I didn't get it. I didn't get that. But yeah, this gen, bro, like, and they talking about putting out the PlayStation 7. What is it, like 2 years after that? Like, bruh, first off, y'all gotta chill because PlayStation 5 wasn't even obtainable when it first came out. Like, yo, people didn't get their hands on the 5 till like a year and a half after that. Y'all talking about putting out a 6? Ah, man, y'all are tripping. I ain't trying to do that. I don't want to. He said PlayStation. Hold on. He said PlayStation and Xbox are very dangerous. As soon as you plug them in, it's like sitting next to a microwave 24/7. I could believe that. I could 100% believe that. I usually put the shungite by it. You know what I'm saying? To mitigate that issue. What up, Isaiah? Was good. Was good. Here's what I'm not going to do. Build a PC. Here's why. Building a PC is a one-time thing. Yes, that is facts. However, I'm not spending $3,000 or however much it costs to build the game system. Not doing that either, all right? I just watched goddamn, before I spend that kind of money to build the damn PC, I'll just watch people play the games on YouTube and talk about it. Like, you can literally get YouTube and rock out like that. You know what I'm saying? Sean Gunn and Copper are the best. Yo, I gotta get some. I was thinking about getting some copper bracelets too, man. Like copper brace bands or something. Wristbands or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I know a dude that has a what does he have? Like a battery or something like that? A battery ring or something is supposed to help him with his with the charge or something like that with his body. You gotta get that shit out of your house. You're probably right, Jared. Just built my daughter 2 computers for under $1,200. That's crazy. 2 computers. Damn. What you build laptops? They wasn't PCs. PCs expensive. They must have been laptops. They had to have been laptops. All right. All right, now let's take a look at these Black Seminoles, man. Let's look at this special on Black Seminoles. This is a 2002 special on Black Seminoles. I never actually saw it until this past week. I want to run it by you guys because I want you guys to be abreast of this history.
In recent years, Indian tribes across the country have reaped windfall profits, usually from gambling operations, and some, like the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, from belated government payouts for lands taken hundreds of years ago. But what makes the Seminoles unique is the fact that this tribe, unlike any other, has existed for nearly 3 centuries as a mixture of Indians and blacks, runaway slaves who joined the Indians as warriors in Florida. In what is now Oklahoma. Over the years, some of them intermarried, and that blurred the color lines even further. Now, the government is paying the tribe $56 million for those lost Florida lands, and the money is threatening to divide a nation. Talk to Seminole Chief Jerry Haney. He says the black members are no longer welcome by many in the tribe. After 300 years together, the chief says the tribe wants them to either prove they're Indian or get out. What are you hoping that the Black Seminoles will do now? Are you hoping they will just pack up and go away?
I would hope so.
So if they're black and they can't prove that they have Indian blood, go away.
Basically, that's what we're saying.
Harsh words from the Seminole chief for the 2,000 black members of this mixed Indian tribe. In response, they say they're just as much Seminole as he is.
I fished in these woods. I hunted in these woods. I went to stomp dances just like the regular Seminoles did. And I never knew I was any different for a long time.
On any given Sunday, go with Loretta Guest to the Indian Baptist Church in Seminole County, Oklahoma, and you'll find red and black Seminoles praying together, singing hymns in Seminole, sharing meals and catching up on tribal news.
Hi, dog.
Walk with her through the Indian cemetery out back, and you'll find their ancestors are buried together as well.
My aunt is next to him.
Were there any distinctions made as to, you all are the Black Seminoles, we're nice to you, but you're the Black Seminoles?
No, nothing like that. We've always been treated as one to another. No difference at all.
It was an alliance that began more than 300 years ago in Florida when runaway slaves and different Indian tribes sought refuge together and later fought the white man. Joe Opala, a history professor at James Madison University in Virginia, says that from the beginning it was a melting pot tribe. So these people all banded together and somehow became Seminole?
Became Seminole. And in fact, the word Seminole is not even an Indian word. It is derived from a Spanish word, cimarron, meaning runaway slave. And so from the beginning, you don't have an Indian tribe. It was a multi-ethnic coalition.
Historical evidence documents their close relationship. Blacks became chiefs, signed treaties, and served on the tribal council. They intermarried. They were equals, Opala says, and the Indians depended on them as warriors and interpreters. So there absolutely is proof of the Black Seminole importance to the tribe?
Absolutely. There's a lot of intelligence information that passes back to Washington. For instance, General Jessup, the commanding general, writes back at one point to the War Department and says, the Negroes rule the Indians. What he was referring to was the fact that no significant decision was ever taken in the Seminole councils unless the black members agreed to it.
When the Red and Black Seminoles were forced out of Florida in the 1830s, they traveled together hundreds and hundreds of miles by boat and on foot, passing through this barren place on the banks of the Arkansas River all the way to Oklahoma. It was a long and difficult journey, referred to as their Trail of Tears for the many who died along the way. Now, nearly 200 years later, comes the $56 million payment from the federal government to compensate the tribe for those lost Florida lands. But the Black Seminoles can't share in it because the government and the tribe say they were slaves of the Red Seminoles back then, and as slaves could not have owned land. Joe Opala, who has worked to preserve their legacy, says that's wrong.
The Black Seminoles fought side by side, died, bled for those lands in Florida. They've been together. They've been good brothers and good neighbors for 3 centuries. It makes no sense now to say they're not Indians.
Our ancestors were some of the most fiercest fighters during the war.
During the Indian Wars?
Yes, due to the fact that they knew if they were recaptured, they were going into slavery, back into slavery.
Bud Crockett and his sister Polly Gentry traced their Seminole roots back to their great-grandmother Dora Davis, who came to Oklahoma on the Trail of Tears. But family legend and physical resemblance aren't enough. Today, you have to be able to prove your Indian heritage, which is hard for most Black Seminoles because of something called the Dawes Rolls, a government census of sorts created in the late 1800s, which separated the tribe into the Blood or Red Seminoles and the Freedmen or Black Seminoles. Intermarriage made no difference, as Polly and Bud discovered with their ancestors.
If you had any black blood in you whatsoever, you were a freedman.
So it didn't matter how much Indian blood you had. Just
Right.
any black blood,
Right.
you went on a separate roll.
Right.
And on the Black Seminole roll, it doesn't list that you have any Indian blood.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm. Did you feel equal to the Blood Seminoles?
Sure, at one time, yes. Still do. Still do. But when money and the government entered into the picture, everything changed. Everything changed.
If they don't have any Indian blood or prove it, then they're not looked at as Indians.
Putting aside that history of togetherness, the Blood Seminoles are going by the book, that is, the government's book. They're relying on that 100-year-old census which separated the Black Seminoles from the rest of the tribe in determining just who gets the government money today. For Seminole leaders like Chief Jerry Haney, this is what it now comes down to, proof. I've met several Black Seminole women, some of whom look Indian, and yet they can't participate in the benefits. They know they have Indian blood.
I'm well aware of that. The individuals that I know of that say that, you're absolutely right. They show a lot of Indian in them. But it's up to the individual to prove that they are Indians. And this is where the problem is. They can't prove it with the Dawes Commission roll.
What happened to your front porch? You have no steps.
No steps. No steps there, no steps here. And I need a whole house here.
Polly Gentry has lived her entire life on land her grandmother received 100 years ago as a full member of the tribe. All Seminoles, red and black, were given land in Oklahoma. Polly says she could use some of the $56 million judgment fund to repair her house.
My husband decided he's going to put some bricks around it, and he got, far as you see them bricks is now, and he had a heart attack.
And it's been like this?
And it's been like this, because you couldn't get nobody to fix it.
Do you have the money to fix it?
No. No, Lord, no.
So did you apply for a benefit?
Yeah, but they wouldn't give it to me.
The Seminoles have $56 million coming from the government. And how much of it did you want?
I want enough that I can get me a house built where I can live comfortable. Because it ain't no comfortable here.
This whole business of degree of Indian blood is just a concoction. It's just an excuse now that's been dreamed up of late in order to exclude the blacks from membership in the tribe. I can tell you this, 100 years ago or 150 years ago, Seminole Indians would not have been talking about whether or not this black person has Indian blood. It simply wouldn't have mattered. They were Seminoles.
You know what the motion is? I'm going to go ahead and vote on it. Go.
For more than 100 of those years, Black Seminoles held 4 of the 28 seats on the tribal council. But that ended at a meeting like this one in the summer of 2000, when the Red Seminoles voted the blacks out. Sylvia Davis, who was one of the 4 Black Council members at the time, says it was humiliating.
It's been hard for me to sit there and listen to the way they talk to the freedmen. It's been very hard for me.
What do they say?
The racist names that they be using toward them, calling them animals' names, cows, stomping feet, roaring at them, telling them to get out.
They don't want you.
That's right. They'll tell you to go back to Africa.
Why do you think the freedmen, the Black Seminoles, belong as part of this tribe?
Because we have people that die along the trail, just like any other people in the nation.
But I guess they're saying, yes, thank you. You fought alongside us in Florida. That was 200 years ago. It's time for us to separate.
I would just let them know that we have all rights within the Seminole Nation.
But Chief Haney says many of the Black Seminoles and even some of the Blood Seminoles weren't interested in being part of the tribe until it included benefits, namely a piece of that $56 million government payout.
The tribe wanted to have an Indian tribe that was all Indian tribe.
There are too many freedmen.
I think there's a lot of freedmen out there now that are eligible to join, but have not joined because there are no benefits.
But you think if there were benefits for them, suddenly freedmen would be coming from
Yes.
all across the country?
Yes.
Let me tell you what it looks like from the outside, though. It looks like the freedmen fought wars, died with you, moved on the Trail of Tears from Florida to Oklahoma with you. And now suddenly there's a big pot of money. Let's exclude them.
That may be true to some extent, but I don't think that's all of the reasons for what has happened.
He also says the Red and Black Seminoles have just grown apart over the years and have little in common today. But that's not how Sylvia Davis sees it. She's hired Will and John Veely, 2 young attorneys who specialize in Indian law. They're suing the government on behalf of the Black Seminoles.
The entire tribe received a county in exchange for a state. When that was individually allotted, all Seminoles, including the Black Seminoles, received their individual allotments. When the United States awarded $56 million, shouldn't the same people that received the land before also receive the money? The tribe's the same.
The Bureau of Indian Affairs chose not to speak on camera, citing the pending lawsuit. However, in a letter to us, they say that these kinds of issues are up to the tribe. Eligibility for the judgment fund, the letter says, may depend upon whether a current member is descended from a member of the tribe as the tribe existed in 1823. However, the letter says, deciding who's in and who's out is solely within the purview of the tribe. But the Black Seminoles say they won't go quietly. They continue trying to cast votes and participate in tribal meetings without success. Bud Crockett says he won't be denied his heritage, but he won't beg for it either.
It's not all about the money. It's about setting the history record straight about our ancestry and our history and what legacy we intend to leave for our kids.
Since the Black Seminoles were removed, the government has cut off all federal funding to the tribe. That's persuaded some, like Chief Haney, to say they should be allowed back in, but he still says they're not entitled to that $56 million.
Crazy, man. I tell you, bro. American history is a very, very dark place, bro. 1,000%. Sheesh. Man, so, effectively, the people that classified themselves, or they being classified as quote unquote black, we'll just call them the melanated. We'll call them the melanated. We'll call it the melanated tribesmen of such, helped the other tribe to fight wars and won the wars, won the land, all right, helped them get settled in and everything. Some of them even became chiefs, you know what I'm saying, intermingled, whatever, with the tribe and all that good stuff. Eventually, some money come down the tube, and now the ancestors, I just don't think you deserve it. You know what I mean? Like, you're not really a part of the tribe. You know what I mean? That's insane to me, man. That is insane. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy how greed can be so prevalent when it comes to people who have a history, man. You know, everything was good up until the cheese came. When it's time to kick that cheese out, all of a sudden you're not really one of us. You know, thank you guys for helping us whip ass and put foot to ass and take land back and protect our stuff. But at the end of the day, thank you. Yeah, that's about all I can offer you. Crazy. How can you even look yourself in the mirror, you know what I'm saying something like that? You know? I don't even think it's, and I'm not even going to say it's racism. I don't even think that shit racism. I think dude's just a dickhead. You know what I mean? He's an elitist asshole. The dude is definitely a dick. You know what I'm saying? And the dude's greedy. You know, and because he was being greedy, they got federal funding cut completely off. Now, I'm not sure if it came back. I'm not sure if they turned it back on, but he changed his tune later on when he said, yeah, okay, they should be allowed in, but they still shouldn't be allowed any dough. Pathetic. Pathetic. I want to see a DNA test on the chief. Listen, you can look at that chief and tell that dude ain't full indigenous. That dude is something else. You know what I'm saying? I even heard stories about some of the people that came over here from the east were what the hell is that term? What the hell was the term, man? Damn, it was what country is it? I can't remember what country it is, yo. It was a European country, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. It was a European country. I can't remember what the name of it was. But yeah, some of those people came from there and was able to get their name on the Dawes rolls because they paid $5. That's where the term $5 Indian came from. So the Dawes rolls literally just means people who were able to manipulate getting themselves on that list. They don't necessarily mean those people are tribesmen. There's a substantial amount of land most so-called blacks have rights to in Oklahoma by way of their great-grandmothers. Break that down, Lawrence. I'm interested to know what you're talking about. PS4 I got came free. Need to check the credentials on that professor. The way they treat them folks ain't it 100%. There's another code 56. The Fed's always using that number. 56 million. Right. Chief is a native of Siberian descent. Word. The Slavic. That's what it was. Slavic. If you look at the way Slavic people look and compare the way they dress, it's very similar to how the people that call themselves Native Americans dress. That's one of the few things I had noticed when I first started to look into the Slavic people. Let's take a look. They had very similar. Oops, I didn't mean to push that on there. There we go. So the way some of these people, not all of them, but the way some of these people dress was very similar to how some tribes dress. You know what I'm saying? And it was very interesting how the similarities bear themselves. This is an example. So you can see some of the garments they wear, like not all of them, but some of the garments are very similar. Like for instance, this is one that caught my eye, like this one right here. Some of the quote unquote Native American women, what they call themselves Native American, wear those. You know what I'm talking about? The furs and stuff like that. You know, look how the furs are, and this guy's wearing. He's wearing the bear fur and all that good stuff. You know, these people with their the garments right here. Some of the clothes are similar, not identical, but some are similar. You know, so that's one of the things that really set off my alarm when I started to look up the Slavic people. So I looked up how they dressed in the 1800s, and I saw that, and that was very interesting. But yeah, a lot of these individuals came over here and put their name on that Dawes rolls and bribed to get their name on there. Now, a lot of us didn't trust the government. We didn't trust the damn government in the first damn place. A lot of us fought against the Union. You know what I'm saying? The Cherokee Braves fought against the Union and tried to get some of the Cherokees to help. But a lot of them didn't want to fight the Union. They wanted to go make alliance with the Union. So the weaklings went to go make alliance with them. And then the other Cherokees, the Cherokee Braves, they went and fought alongside the Confederates. You know what I'm saying? Fought against the North, you know, fought to the death. So eventually, when the North ended up taking the dub, the Cherokees Braves ended up surrendering because it was like, all right, we ain't got no goddamn troops to help back us up. The Confederates are losing. We might as well go ahead and lay down our arms. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to Dane Calloway, and he made a very interesting point. He was saying he seems to think that the South actually won the war somehow. You know what I'm saying? And then there was an agreement. Like, yo, they were getting stomped so hard they had to recruit people from overseas to come help, you know, on basically a death mission or something like that. It was like, yo, we're getting our asses whipped out there, but if we win, we'll make sure your relatives and your ancestors are taken care of, type deal. And they said a lot of the people, he was saying a lot of the people they brought over here were basically convicts and lowlifes. Like, yo, I got nothing else to lose. Put me on the boat. I'll go over there and do whatever. Put me in, coach, type deal. So, dude, they went over there and did what they did, and they ended up coming to an agreement. You know what I'm saying? And then the descendants of those people that came over here to do whatever, which is why they say a lot of rappers and a lot of actors are connected to the crown. That's why they say that, because they're saying a lot of the people that came from overseas to fight the war when the treaty was struck in order to come to an agreement, those people were basically taken care of. So now you got rappers and actresses, politicians and all that are descendants of the crown. And that's how they got over here. That's what they're saying. That's what Dane Calloway is pretty much alluding to so far. Black and white status. That is facts. We know that. 222 brothers. What's up? What's good? What's good? What's good? Is that Big Mike Obama? Big Mike. Hilarious. Big Mike has bigger arms. Yo, Big Mike is not a joke. Big Mike will knock you out. You mess with Obama, you get uppercutted. Don't mess with Big Mike. Brother himself don't even look Indian. He looks more Asian. Yeah, dude, like I said, yo, my man nailed it on the head. He said he looks more Siberian. Yeah, 100%. The indigenous people of the land, the authentic indigenous people were of like darker skin, or some of them did intermingle with other persuasions. You know what I'm saying? But the indigenous ones, like if you go to the mountains of any other country, like you're talking about, you can go to Philippines, you can go to Thailand, Japan, you can go to Korea. You go in the mountains, that's what the people originally looked like, because they'll have, like, even in like Asian countries, they'll have like a fro, right? They'll have an afro, but they'll still have the Asian eyes. You know what I'm saying? The Asian eye fold, they'll still have that. The whole entire tribe will still have it, but they'll be dark black skin. They have a fro, still got the Asian eye fold, but be dark skin. Like, yo, word. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. That's what that movie, The Last Dragon was about. A lot of people didn't catch that message in that movie, The Last Dragon. Leroy, kiss my Converse. Who's the master? If you remember in that movie, he was trying to fit in with the Asian people. And the Asian people was basically playing him for an idiot, because they was like, yo, you're trying to fit in with us unnecessarily. You basically are the original version of us. You know what I'm saying? That's what they told him at the end. It was like, only a fool tries to blend in with or tries to force himself to fit in with another. It was something like that, with another culture or something. I forgot what it said, but it was basically him being shitted on for trying to like be something that unnaturally that he supposedly wasn't. While the culture might be a little different originally, if you look at those people, they were of melanated descent. So yeah, technically, you got that. How can you accept the title freedman when we never came as slaves? You know what's interesting about that, Lamont? I did some reading on the Cherokees and how they were acting and stuff like that once upon a time. And yo, the Cherokees, what they used to do, and a lot of other tribes as well as the Iroquois, the Cherokees used to win wars. And when they won wars, they would take all the children, women, and men prisoner. But it was a temporary status. It wasn't permanent. They would have them prisoners of war, but they would be slaves. So they had them chained by the neck, and they would take them back to the reservation, and they would have to do work over a certain allotted amount of time. However, after a certain amount of time was up, they were able to join the tribe as basically the freedmen of such, but they were indoctrinated into the tribe. So yeah, they're still a part of the tribe, but it wasn't like, yo, you're a slave, you're nothing, you're worth jack shit. Nah, it was like, all right, we whipped your ass, you surrender, cool. Now you're instead of killing you, we'll take you prisoner, we'll take you back to the reservation. You go or the campus or whatever. You going to be in this garden, you gonna work this cornfield, you gonna do this cotton thing, you gonna hunt these animals. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna rock like that. This is what the medicine men ruled. What changed when the indigenous people started trading with the British people, when they started to get arms from the British people. Now, Dan Calloway seems to think we built the arms. Not sure if that's entirely true. It could be, but from what I read, they actually got the arms in trading to the Europeans. The Europeans gave them arms. Once the Europeans gave them arms and they obtained them, the age of the medicine man being in charge changed because the warrior now has say in everything. Like, all right, cool. We got the muskets now. We're not listening to the medicine men anymore. We're going to take whatever the hell we want. Look up the Beaver Wars. There was a big thing with the Beaver Wars with the Cherokees. They were fighting a whole bunch of different tribes over beaver pelts, because beaver pelts were very popular back then. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? There was indeed slaves, but it wasn't of the same persuasion. And then the first people to take slaves on this land, they weren't, and that's another thing too. They weren't, not all of them were necessarily of quote unquote colored or darker colored. Some of these people were European. Some of those people they took as slaves was European. That is a fact. You know what I'm saying? If you had land and they wanted it, they was taking it. You know what I'm saying? That was it. But yeah, the Beaver Wars was bloody. It was a very violent era in the Cherokee Nation. What up, Rainwater? Was good. Ugly stuff. I dealt with the 5 civilized tribes when I was instructed by another Choctaw. He explained it's a money issue with certain tribes. Certain tribes are easy to get into, others aren't. Oh, absolutely. The biggest ones are not easy to get into. I know the Cherokee one, it said, yo, if your ancestor is not listed on the Dawes rolls, you cannot become an official member of the Cherokee Nation. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them are like that. But peep this out, though, Lawrence, because I think what people need to start doing, there's a lot of tribes that aren't federally recognized. You know what I'm saying? And who says being federally recognized is even necessary? If you want to just find out who you are and claim back your nationality, you might need to look at a state level. You know what I'm saying? Just getting with your local tribes that are on a state level, because a lot of them are not actually recognized. You know what I'm saying? There's only a few that's recognized by the federal government. But check this out. I actually found this tribe here. This is a version of, a descendant of Nanticoke. These people spoke Nanticoke. And they're here based in Maryland near the Baltimore area. So this tribe is called the Piscataway tribe, right? Now I started to look at this tribe, and it was very interesting because some of these people in this tribe have the same facial features as my ancestors, like people that's still alive. You know what I'm saying? As the fam, you know, you got some Caucasians here, then you got a lot of people here. Like, look at this lady right there. She looked like she could be one of my aunts. You know what I'm saying? I've actually met people that look like her. She looked like she might be mixed. This lady looks like Elaine Bennett from Seinfeld, which is interesting. You got this gentleman right here. He looks like my uncle. You got a whole bunch of different people in this tribe. You know, this is a tribe that's actually in Maryland. They are not federally recognized. However, they fought long and hard to get recognized by the state. So it's Martin O'Malley, who was the governor of Maryland. I think this is about maybe 15 years ago now. He was the governor of Maryland. He actually signed them into being recognized. We had a governor, Bob Ehrlich, here before, and he would not recognize the tribe as recognized by the state. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, Martin O'Malley ended up getting that done. So yeah, there you have it. The only issue I have with this tribe, I'm a little questionable about these dudes because some of them look like they might be heavily into the Democratic persuasion. Don't know, but I'm about to do some research and check into this. But I would recommend you guys finding out which are here's more shots of the people. I recommend you guys finding out more about the tribes, man, because listen, I'm telling y'all, I just seen tribes ladies that look like my mom straight up. Like, yo, what the is that my mom? You know what I mean? This is evidence right here. But yeah, look into some of these tribes that are on your state level, man. You'd be surprised what you can find. And just because they're not federally recognized, you know, you should go into this with a good heart and clean intentions. Don't go into this trying to get some money, because eventually you're gonna get dead-ended, because that's not pure intentions. You should go into it For those of my Indigenous Americans, you should go into it while trying to find out who you really are. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, ain't none of us black, ain't none of us African American. That's all horse shit. You know what I'm saying? We need to find out exactly who we are. We know we're Indigenous Americans, then let's find out where, type deal. You know what I mean? Find out where your mom and dad came from. If their ancestors came from another land or something of that nature, you know what I'm saying? Then that would be something that you would have to look into and what tribes were in that area, you know? What up, Mac? What's good, champ? The American history is a worldwide horror. Oh, it's so separated and crossed over, and it's ridiculous. Stuff's hidden. Oh yeah, dude, just cold. There's an old mercenary saying, when you don't pay, you still pay. There you go. Yep. That was 60 Minutes, all propaganda and spin. It wasn't presented by someone credible. 60 Minutes is definitely not credible. I mean, no, we can take it with a grain of salt, 100%, but the fact still remains, Jared. You have a tribe called the Seminoles. You know what I'm saying? No, yes, granted, 60 Minutes is questionable, very much. It is propaganda. However, let's look at the core facts, okay? You had a tribe that was heavily represented by darker colored people that were, in fact, tribesmen. Let's call it a whole being and call them tribesmen, right? So they helped win the wars. They helped get some of the land back. They went on this Trail of Tears with them. They lost a lot of people. They got the land. They settled down, okay? We know those are facts, right? Now, as far as why the money wasn't being divvied up, that's why I said they were kind of spinning it to be racism. I didn't get racism vibes from it. I got elitist vibes from yo. I was getting, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you guys just want it for the money type of vibes from dude, when at the end of the day, you just want it for the money too, because clearly the reason why you told them they can come back in the tribe after the federal government cut funding is because you wanted the damn money. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't a big deal about the money, you would have said, we don't care about the government's money. We don't want those people in here, but that wasn't the case. So that's the way I looked at it. So yes, 100% it is propaganda to an extent, but we have to take some, we got to take some facts from it, Jared. You know, Mexico and Afro-Americans also have trouble for their melanated color. Not all people pick on those beautiful people, but yeah. Word. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's going to be some assholes around. We already know that. Most blacks can trace themselves to a full-blood Indian on the dogs rolls through their material lines. I traced mine and ended up 49 acres in Oklahoma. Hey! And whenever you ready, man, I'm ready to come over there and we can goddamn shoot some arms on your property, man, and goddamn drink some beers and just kick it. You feel me? that's dope. But yeah, man, I'm still doing it, yo, because I looked up you know, last names and stuff like that. And indeed, my mom's not last name, but I looked up my mom's family name of such, and I did find that on the Dawes rolls, but I gotta find what ancestor would have been on there. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep looking. So I'm at to get on that Freedom of Information now. I gotta go down to the damn Department of Vital Statistics and get on them. Like, yo, let me get all those records, baby. The death certificates are the best thing you can have because that tells who they were married to and all that, what area they died in. It's good stuff. But yeah, that's fire, Lawrence, man. You gotta hit my email so we can shoot the shit, man, for real. Old Mexico. Word. Not slave, like X means knowledgeable of the lands. Gets confused with Slavic. Okay, got you. What up, Rainwater? What's good? What's good? I think I already saw you in here. Good to see you here. But yeah, so yeah, listen, history is a very interesting place, man. Very interesting place. All right. With that said, we up on almost an hour and a half. I'm gonna go ahead and open the lines now, as a matter of fact, so we can see what's up. For those of my people in Baltimore, man, y'all definitely need to check into what tribe you're from. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to check into that Piscataway tribe, see what's up with that. You know, ask them for any information they might have and see what's good. Yo, you can also hit up, interestingly enough, the Catholic churches in your area. They're supposed to be real good at keeping records. The Mormon temples, too, are really good at keeping records. They said even if the Mormon temple itself doesn't, if you're not a member of the Mormon temple, if they get records of people in the area, they'll still keep the record just to have it, just in case anybody's looking for it. So, Yeah, they did say the Mormon temples are a good place. For those of you who are in Maryland, it looks like that giant Walt Disney looking building when you go on 495. You know what I'm talking about? The Silver Spring, that big ass Walt Disney looking fairy tale building. Yeah, that's gonna be the Mormon temple. So I was supposed to go over there to that damn. It was supposed to be open to the public a few years back. I think this was like 2 years ago. And I was supposed to go in there and check with records. I'm gonna have to see if I can make an appointment to go up there though. I need like a week I can be off and not do nothing so I can get my stuff done. You know what I'm saying? A week just to get stuff done. But yeah, that's a good way you can trace your ancestors, man. You can leave that DNA test and send in your DNA. Leave that shit alone. It is no good. All right, here we go. Anybody wants to drop some words on here, you can do so. Here is the link. Open to anybody who wants to get on. Link is right there. We can chop this fable. See if I missed any of these comments. I think I'm all caught up. But yes, indeed. Anybody who wants to hop on, you can do so now. And we could talk it up, chop it up, whatever. Any questions you might have, any information. Man. But yeah, yo, 2024 is going to be crazy. I'm telling y'all, you already know it is election year. They ramping up the psyops. They already started off with Miami. They got beings walking in the sky. You know what I'm saying? Yo, use the time to focus, stay focused, man. I would say get yourself some of them walkie-talkies. You know what I'm talking about? Get some of them walkie-talkies and you know, keep in touch with the fam, come up with the names, you know what I'm saying? Emergency plan with the peoples. You know, stock up on the items you need to stock up on. Can't say it here because obviously YouTube don't like me saying stuff like that, but yo, stock up on those items and make sure that everything is ready to go. Get your information printed up off the computer just in case something happens. You can't get it off your computer. Make sure you have it already printed. That way it's there if you need it. All books you need to get, you should have been had them books, but if you late to the party, you just came to the channel, you need to be getting those books, survival books, you know what I'm saying? How to do things the old way before technology took over, you know. All of those things are going to be important just to have them. If not, you know, if you don't need them, that's good. You can still pass them down to your ancestors in case they need them. You know what I mean? That's what it is. That's how we got to be moving because we do not know what the next move is going to be. But they already talking about people are starting to get sick and stuff like that. I've heard in here in Maryland, they starting to make people wear masks or try to make people wear masks again in hospitals. Man, check this out, bro. Ain't gonna happen. I think the people going to be like, you know what, man? I'm done with y'all, man. We not doing the mask thing no more. You know, it's only been damn 4 years and people ain't learned by now. It's like, sheesh. Anybody that's still wearing that mask in 2024, you can 100% bet they took all them shots. Every single shot they was told to take, they took. 100%. When the food gets little, the boogaloo will get going. And here's the thing, though, man. Yo, the food should never get little, yo, because there's so many plants and things that we can eat on the outside. You know, things in the earth that people don't even usually know about eating that can be eaten. That's crazy to me that people talk about foods getting little. They talk about meat and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be better for you to be eating less meat and more fruits and stuff like that and plants. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you know, that's not something you need to be really, really, I would say, look, just be on this tip. Be prepared. Let's put it that way. Be prepared. Know that if something happens and if there's an emergency, you can still eat things that are growing naturally. You know, you don't need to necessarily shoot a deer and go grab it. Unless you can, of course. But if you can't, it's not like, oh, it's the end of the world. Nah, you can still go out there and make things happen with the plants. You got your own property. You got your own setup like Lawrence, man. You need to get out there and get your acres and get your own garden growing, man. This man probably got all kinds of stuff growing in his yard, man. For real. If you got your own property like him, you could do that. For those of us who do not, yeah. You know what I mean? You big ass land and all that stuff. But yo, listen, man, I'm about to be out. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been real. We will be in, God willing, this Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If anything changes, I'll always let you guys know ahead of time like I usually do. Or you'll just be seeing a rerun and you'll know, I couldn't make it. But, you know, that's what it is. Thank you guys for tuning in. It is 864 National Born Natural. And remember, like we always say, the path to freedom is our bravery. All right? With that said, y'all take it easy. Peace.